So I moved to Texas, and I moved to Texas after I was done playing, and I was pretty unsure of what I wanted to do after I got done playing ball. I ended up finishing up or starting the process of finishing up some of my schooling. There had some workouts for guys who were finishing up their career. If they wanted to go work out at one of the sports facilities. And I didn't want to, I did that for a little bit, but I found myself being just negative, kind of like, people were trying to get back in the league, and here I was, done with it, and pretty just unsure of what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. And so I ended up working for a roofing company where I was going knocking on door to door and selling roof packages and things to different people, and which didn't last long, but it was a humbling experience indeed.
Can I ask you, what was that like to go from being an athlete full time to actually working? I wouldn't even call it a 9 to 5, but just working a traditional job at that point. Like what was that like flipping the switch?
Man, it was so when I finished up ball, it ended like I was with Seahawks, didn't finish camp. I signed with them. I ended up getting an incident in Louisiana. Then I ended up going to jail for a little bit for that. But my career didn't end with it didn't have the ending that I think it maybe should have. And I wasn't proud of how things ended. You know what I'm saying? I ended up getting another DUI, and I was broke. You know what I'm saying? I was broken. I was in a relationship. I got my heart broken in that. And so it was just, I was dealing with a lot of adversity. So moving back to Texas, I ain't have nothing. I moved there with some plastic bins full of clothes that I wasn't gonna be able to use. And then I was just like, damn, let me put my life back together. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm staying at the extended stay in Frisco, and I'm trying to figure out what am I gonna do? So, because I didn't want to coach. I didn't want to be an announcer. I wanted to try something else because I knew I had some other things that I had interest in. But I also knew I'm so used to being around other people that doing something by myself is a little scary, and I'm not sure if I can do it. So I was gonna have to make some necessary adjustments. And so I'm living in Texas, and I'm living at this extended stay, and I started to put a little routine together, because it was a shock going from being in the locker room for most of my life up to this point, to being by myself in a city where I don't really know nobody. I don't really know nobody because I was just there for one season, and so it was a lot I was trying to deal with. I was out of a relationship I wanted to be in, and there was just a lot of uncomfortable things I was having to deal with. And on top of that, the thing that I used to do to kind of medicate, which was the drinking, I wasn't able to do no more because I was on an ankle monitor. And so, and not just that, I was also done. That was to make sure that there was some type of deterrent from that.
Do you think? I'm sorry to cut you out, but I gotta stop you. Do you think when you was on the ankle monitor, do you think that was what helped you stop drinking? Or was that just a temporary situation and you kind of was already over that?
Bro, I'll tell you, once I got into that last situation, once I got that last DUI, and I was just, sitting in the cell, and I was done then, in a way where I was so disappointed with myself and where I was at, mentally and physically, that I was ready to be done with it. So I think the ankle monitor it had its effect, you know what I mean? Like I knew I couldn't, and I knew it was also like a reminder of like, now look. And so I'm living in Texas and it's 100 degrees for like 90 days, and I got this ankle monitor on.
Make you even more.
I called a friend who I had met when I was at a rehab. Okay. And I was like, you know, I moved to Dallas. He was like, he worked in the roofing industry, and so he got me an interview. I went to the interview, and next thing I know, I got the job. And so I'll tell you what, man, it was. I had to really talk to myself a lot, just to not that I ever thought I was better than people, but to be knocking and going door to door to anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's something that it's tough for me. Like, I know I'm not a good salesman, and I don't like just knocking on people's door like that. So I was having to deal with some ego, what would you call it? Ego adjustments. Okay. But it ended up, man, being something I would look forward to, because I would be the only one not having a contract. You know, everybody else was getting their deals, and I'm like, damn, I can't get one. They thought the football that was supposed to help me to get them, but I'm like, it's 1 o'clock on a Tuesday. Nobody's trying to buy a roof. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna answer the door. But long story short with that, man, it was a process where I started to, like, it helped me adapt. It made me feel like everything was all right, because I found myself having good times. I found myself looking forward to, you know, doing normal shit, if that makes any sense. And I remember when I first got like a contract, I was super pumped, you know what I'm saying? Right. They didn't end up giving me the money, but it was something little that, in a way, it was like a huge hurdle that I just, you know, conquered, because I was genuinely excited about something that wasn't what my MO was up until this point.
And that was football.
And, yeah, it was ball. And I was up there, you know, climbing on people's roofs and acting like I knew what I was doing. It was so hot, man. I'm telling you, bro. I slid down one roof, and I tell you, bro, like the last time I was up there, because it was a lot of tough times I was going through, right? Mm-hmm. And I was trying to make light of it, and just trying to find ways to smile, because inside I was still dealing with a lot. I will say, like, being by myself and using that time to, like, actually implement the focus on self, was so beneficial. Just because of the priority that I was putting on making sure that the content I was taking in was pro me, you know, right. You know, just it was nothing was negative. Not the music, it was all helping repair me, and it actually worked. And so it was gonna be necessary. It was gonna be something that ended up being very helpful. Just how things would play out, but that's kind of what helped me start, you know, thinking about, okay, well, let me see what else I can, you know, think about doing.
So let me back up a little bit, right, and just ask you, since you tell me about, you know, life like after football and stuff, and you were like so excited when you got your first contract and all of that stuff, like, was that feeling compared to like when you got your first like sack or your first big moment when you was playing ball, or was it like a completely different feeling?
When I was out there doing that?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a little different. It was a little different. I was excited when I was okay with knocking on people's doors. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like something like, because I was having to, you know, talk myself into it. Like, man, today, man, we ain't gonna just do half the houses that you got. You know, like we gonna do them all. We gonna we ain't gonna have no excuses. And so one day I had some leads, and I knocked all my leads out, and you know, it worked out. And so it was like, you know, just because I know, like,
it was like assurance, like
yeah,
man, I can do this.
I can do this, man. Like, you know, like I don't have to just be,
You don't have to.
It was hot, bro. Like, and I hate the heat. And so I felt like I was being punished, bro. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, I was like, there is a God, because I was, and I mean that because it was like, yo, it was so hot, and on top of that, everybody was getting contracts. I'm broke.
Yeah.
I need this contract.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real for me over here.
Right.
I'm having to figure out when I'm gonna get out this hotel because that's running out. Like it's you know, make it time. And so we start getting to the point where like I don't really know what I can do because it's gonna be a process of getting that money anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I was having to figure out where I was gonna live and
all that.
Man, and you just learn a lot, man. You learn a lot about help and how people see you when you are in a situation where you're no longer, you know, the power I get. I don't even look at it like that, but their reason for being involved with you changes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And so some people are interesting how they interact with you.